Spotify's got its damn good uses, but I've never actually ever used it before because I'm old. Old as fuck. Yeah. My name is Upper, and I own Creeps Record Parlour. I've been in Wellington for... Can I say where I came from? I don't know if I want to say where I came from. No, originally I came from the Hutt and made it out, but I've been in Wellington for 20 odd years. Yeah. The evolution of the record store started 10 years ago. So I had Evil Genius 10 years ago over in Berhampore, and I was there with Benjamin James, and then we came to Newtown a couple of years later and opened up Death Rate Records. Then a couple of years ago I decided to move to here. I have been interested in music pretty much my whole life, but I actually do not have a musical background. To tell the truth, it's pretty sad in that respect, but support it, but can't do it. Yeah. I started getting interested in vinyl quite a few years ago when I moved into Wellington. Started going to a whole lot of gigs. Was going to Real Groovy quite a lot and Slow Boat Records, and I noticed that records are really cheap, but I stuck with the hip hop for a bunch of years and just sort of collected a lot of that, and then it just sort of progressed on. Yeah, so the vinyl resurgence has had two comings. When I first opened up Evil Genius 10 years ago, records were starting to make a comeback. You could feel it. Me and Ben, we love records. I don't know why New Zealanders are so into analog. Maybe it's maybe we just kind of a bit weird. Hello, we're a bit strange. Yeah, it is an interesting fact. In the last year, I don't know if it's just because I've had more money to buy records, but I've really noticed that brand new has really taken off. And you can see it in the numbers, the amount of stock that you can't get your hands on. Vinyl is again, it's just like a thing you collect, and it looks pretty, and when you put it on the platter, it's like a process, and you know, you cook some food or you drink 17 beers. It goes together, you know, these sorts of things. The sound is really good, you know, vinyl's really full, but digital again is like amazing sound as well. There are aspects, different music, different genres, you know, you put some old soul or some old jazz, and sometimes you just can't beat that on vinyl, you know what I mean? The point of difference between somewhere like here and a bigger, you know, a bigger, more organised record store is probably, yeah, the organisation, like being organised. When it comes to, you know, selling records, I'd like to think that Creeps sort of fits into trying to support the local scene. Yeah, selling music from local bands from all around the country. I think one of the most important things about, you know, supporting places like this is you're not only just supporting, people are not only just supporting, you know, the shop itself. I mean, totally are. I get to buy some beersies, but I mean, like, yeah, you're giving the money to the shop, and then the shop gives the money to bands, and you know, bands want to come in here and they bring their records in here and their tapes, and got some CDs the other day. New Zealand bands, local bands, and they are always hitting me up to sell their stock here, which is pretty special. Yeah, but yeah, it is definitely a really cool thing to support, like a local sort of a business. Wellington's such a bubble, such a diverse, different place to the rest of the country. A lot more sort of independent music, underground music. You know, you can afford to just sort of be a bit different here, especially here in Wellington.